Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ashley here tonight, and I'm going to do another fragrance review. I know it's been a while since I've done one, so I figured I might take this time and just go ahead and do it. And as most of you know from watching my previous videos and my previous fragrance reviews, that I like a lot of vintage type fragrances. My hair is kind of getting in the way. Anyway, so I like a lot of vintage type of fragrances. Mainly from the 60s, 70s, 80s. Any kind of powerhouse is what I love. I just love to smell good, and I think that those powerhouses are unique and they're very opulent and very structured and have a lot of depth to them, which modern fragrances or mainstream fragrances of today are severely, severely lacking. So, in this fragrance review tonight, I'm going to review a fragrance that doesn't get much attention. I have not seen many reviews online of this particular fragrance, and I haven't seen too many videos of it either. So I figured I'd go ahead and do one myself because it is a perfume that I currently wear in the wintertime and in the colder months. You could wear this in the summertime, but I would strongly recommend wearing it in the winter. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this fragrance review. So tonight, I'm going to give a fragrance from the design house of Estee Lauder. This fragrance was introduced in the year 1969, a long time ago. And it was a fragrance by Miss Estee Lauder who was vacationing in the Mediterranean, and she got inspired to make this fragrance to it's Paleid and sunny, basically, with notes of earth and warm woody accord. And that fragrance that I'm going to review tonight that I'm talking about is Azuree from Estee Lauder. And this is the 1.7 ounce, I believe it is. Yes, 1.7 ounce eau de parfum spray. So this has a higher concentration than the eau de toilette or an eau de cologne, which is popular among the older perfumes like that. This has notes of basil, jasmine, citrus, vetiver, rose, patchouli, moss, and amber. Right out of the bottle, like without even spraying it, I automatically can smell the patchouli. It's very, very pronounced in this fragrance. The patchouli is so pronounced. It's magical. I'm going to spray a little bit on my wrist here. Just one spray. That's all I need. Oh, that smells heavenly. Right off the top, right off the top, I am getting strong notes of citrus. Right off the top, along with some grassy, greener notes. I'm smelling a lot of vetiver off the top, too. Now, as this dries down, this becomes more complex and it becomes more structured. It's also very aldehydic, so you can smell a lot of the aldehydes in here, too, as well, which is fine by me because I love perfumes with aldehydes in them. Yes, I'm having a cigarette, so get over it. A lot of aldehydes in here, like I said. This perfume also, now I'm starting to smell a lot of the woods are coming out. And what I'm smelling is, excuse me, is the citrus. It's very pronounced in the opening, very out there, but it quickly evaporates. The citrus notes, they don't stay around long, they don't linger. But they're there for the opening. They add that brightness and that freshness to the fragrance as soon as it opens up on your skin. But after that is when all the earthy and more woody accords start to shine through in the base note and the middle note, base notes. Right now, I'm getting a lot of vetiver. I'm also smelling some kind of a like tonka or neroli is what I'm smelling too, which I'm sure that there's some neroli in this. But as this dries down, it becomes more complex and more structured. It is a wonderful fragrance to wear as casual wear, like to work. You could also wear this on a date. You could also wear this for an elegant evening night out with an elegant dress, elegant heels, hair done, all that stuff. Or you could wear this as just casual jeans and t-shirt type of day. Me personally, I wear this all the time in the winter, whether I'm working, whether I'm at work, or whether I'm going out, to a dinner or a play or a movie or something like that, or I'm going to the opera or some kind of fancy gig I have to go to. I'm going to be wearing my Azuree. Now I'm starting to sense a lot of rose and moss. Now the moss is starting to shine through. And as we all know, moss is that green, earthy stuff that you see growing on trees and in the forest. That's what's shining through now is the moss. I'm also sensing a little bit of sandalwood as well. I sense some sandalwood in here too. Even though it's not listed in the notes on Fragrantica, I am smelling some sandalwood in this. It's just a beautiful, pleasant fragrance. A little bit of, excuse me, a little bit of the history of this fragrance. I was introduced to it in probably 95, 96. I was in the perfume store and I was purchasing my bottle of opium for men, and I wanted something that was, I wanted a women's fragrance that was not like the mainstream that was out on the market at the time, like your Poisons and your, opium from Yves Saint Laurent, or, your, what have you. I wanted something that was more complex and structured. So the lady told me to go check out Estee Lauder, and I went over there and I told the lady at the Estee Lauder account, I said, listen, I'm looking for a fragrance that's, complex and it's out there, it's strong and it's in your face. And she's introduced me to two. One of them was Cinnabar and the other one was Azuree. I put one on one wrist and one on the other wrist and sat there in the perfume at the Estee Lauder counter for like 20 minutes, nose buried in my wrists. And I said, I've got to have this. I've got to have it. And that was the Azuree. And I've been wearing it ever since. So that was quite some time ago. We're now 2018 and we're talking 1994, 1995 when I was first introduced to Azuree. So, it's been quite some time and I'm still wearing it. But anyway, this is the bottle and this is what it looks like. Now, this is the new bottle, okay? This is what they released probably 2 to 3 years ago, give or take. The old bottle was round and it had like a how can I describe this? It kind of looked like it was round, but it had designs in it, like square designs inside of it, so it kind of made it look like it was hexagonal shaped, excuse me, but it was not a hexagon, it was completely round. That's the old vintage formula. This has been reformulated, yes, like all fragrances out there, thanks to the IFRA and their bullshit. They have all been reformulated. Every fragrance on the market has been reformulated. However, this one is a very, very, very good reformulation. This is just as good as the original. And I'm not lying. And I don't say that much about new modern reformulations. They either stink or or they don't last, or they don't smell nothing like what they used to. And this one has done a really good job. The House of Estee Lauder has done a good job. Now, the nose behind this is Bernard Chant, he was French-American, and he developed this for Miss Estee Lauder once when she had her vacation to the Mediterranean, and she became inspired by Azuree. And the word Azuree in French means blue or blue, basically. It's azure or blue. So that's what Azuree stands for. And it does not make you feel blue at all. It makes you feel really, really good when you wear it. Now the warmth is starting to come into this. Your deep patchouli and sandalwood and amber is starting to shine through. And that amber in here is just gorgeous. Oh, it is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But right out of the bottle, like right off the top, without even spraying it, you can smell it through the bottle. And it's got that citrusy, woody, right out of the bottle. I love this stuff. I absolutely love Azuree. It's one of my favorite Estee Lauder fragrances. It's one of my favorite to wear in the wintertime. It lasts all day. Like, ciliage on this is a good 12 to 14 hours. And I am not kidding. Projection is a beast. This thing is a projection monster. It is a ciliage monster. 2 to 3 sprays and you are good to go. I mean, I usually spray one down inside of my shirt. I pull my shirt out, spray one inside where it hits my skin, that's where the warmest part is, and I spray a couple sprays right here where your pulse points are. That's it. And this will be with me for 12 to 14 hours. I'm not kidding. Like, I sprayed some on this morning before I went to work. I had to be there at 9 o'clock. It's not going on after 3 o'clock in the morning, and I can still smell it. Besides what I just sprayed on my wrist. Now, this is probably going to be with me until tomorrow, until I shower. So, yeah. It's a beast. It's a projection beast. It is absolutely a ciliage beast, and I love it. It's one of those perfumes that's in your face, but not in a bad way. It's in a very good way because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy, and it makes you feel lively, and it makes you want to enjoy life, and you want to go visit some quaint little town on the Mediterranean somewhere in the south of France or in the south of Italy. That's what it inspires, and that's why I love Azuree from Estee Lauder. And I think I'm going to keep this around. I'm going to keep buying it until they quit making it because it's that good. It's one of my favorite Estee Lauder fragrances, and I do like Estee Lauder a lot, but this is one of my favorites. It's right up there with Cinnabar is another favorite of mine, and as is Estee is another favorite of mine. So I think this one is got to be in my top 5, if I may, for fragrances from Estee Lauder. So, yes. And as it dries down, which, mind you, happens very quickly, the middle notes and the base notes, they kind of all blend together, and they kind of stay that way for a good 4 to 5 hours until you fully get the heart of which is the base notes of the perfume. You're going to be smelling the mid notes and the base notes for a good 4 to 5 hours, and then after the mid notes evaporate and go away, you're going to smell the base notes, which is amazing, and it's just gorgeous. Yes, that sandalwood, that patchouli, and that amber is coming through very strong, and the rose too. It's in the background. The rose is in the background. I mean, it's there, but she's in the background. She's subtle. She's very quiet, mind you, for a better lack of word. She's very quiet. What's really standing out is the vetiver, the patchouli, the moss, and the amber. Those are the ones that are out there, and they are bold, and they're loud, and they are saying, hello, I'm here. So that's what you're going to smell, and that's fine by me because I love that combination. I love all 4 of those notes in a perfume any day of the week. Give me your vetiver, the moss, the amber, and the patchouli, and I'm fine. We're good to go. Oh, you need to try it. You need to try Azuree from Estee Lauder, and I guarantee you, it will be one of your signature fragrances, and you'll want to wear it throughout the winter. I classify this as a unisex fragrance. It's marketed as a women's perfume, but I classify this as unisex, as is all fragrances, if you ask me. Men can pull this off easily. Easily, men can pull this off. Women, also, not a problem pulling it off. If you're that type of woman that is earthy, and what I mean by earthy is casual, and not that, upper nails done, hair always done, makeup always done, which there is nothing wrong with that. I love women like that, and I myself am one of those type of girls, I guess you could say, because I do drag, and I also like those upper type, that, I guess I call it glitzy type perfumes. But I also like my Azuree because Azuree is one of those type of perfumes where you can just let your hair down and be in comfy clothes and not care and still smell good and look good. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why I love Azuree. And guys, like I said, you can pull this off easily. This is easily a guy's cologne or a women's perfume. It's unisex. So that concludes my review tonight of Estee Lauder Azuree, introduced in 1961. Unisex fragrance all the way through. Men and women can pull this off. Not just women, but guys as well can pull it off, and I think you will enjoy it. So, that's my fragrance review tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and until next time, see you again.